Southland Conference tournament time, and first-seeded Corpus Christi Islanders are over here at a hotel kind of separated from the rest of us that are north of town. They get to stay a little bit off to themselves. That's the benefit of being one seeds, and I'm thankful to have Kristyn Nicholson with me today, and Kate Klepetka is going to slide in here in just a second. Wanted to get to the number one seed first on our sort of video and audio tour throughout these 3 or 4 days. Kristyn, first, talk to me about the process. I know a few club coaches that knew you and talked to me about you when you were being recruited. Tell me about the process of getting to A&M Corpus Christi. What was it about Corpus Christi? What was it about the program that attracted you to come down there?
Well, I definitely first have to say the beach, because that was basically the biggest attraction, because who doesn't want to live right on the ocean? And then also my high school coach was coached by Tourney Greystone, so it made the process a lot easier because she knew him very well and was able to contact him easily. And then that kind of finalized it for me, because I've already been 2 years with her, so I was easily transitioned into Tony's play, style play.
The day that of your signing period that you signed, I got on my phone and I texted some of the club coaches I know in Dallas, and I said, give me this scoop on Kristyn Nicholson. I want to know who this girl is. And I went to teach class. When I came back, my phone was completely blown up. Everybody that I knew had raves to say about you. When you came in, you know, you've for 2 years now sort of run this offense. What did you have to do to earn the respect of these upperclassmen? I think girls like Ashley last year and Brianna last year, it's like, what did you as a freshman have to do to go, hey, you know, y'all can trust me here running this offense?
Well, it's definitely, tough, because coming in as a freshman, no one knows you. Kind of 2 days, you're just kind of thrown in there. But I just had to show myself that I can play with these girls and that I'm just as good as them, and that, I can play at the level and then hold the team at that kind of level, especially when I run the offense.
I ask this to every setter that I talk to. One of the things that I've noticed when I've watched you play, others obviously notice, is that you don't telegraph a lot of stuff. You don't know where the ball is going to go across the front row or middle. What if you're watching some other setter? Well, let's say that you're in downtime at a tournament. What are you watching for in another setter that tells you that girl gives too much away?
I'm definitely watching feet and back, because on the back set, it's really easy just to easily arch your back, and that's a dead giveaway. And then also if they're getting off the ground, if they're jump setting, because sometimes setters will jump set only with the middle and not the outsides. So I usually just watch the back, and then also if their feet are more in front of them, that means they're going back. And if they're really loading up and their hands are really in front of them, it means they're going out. Yeah.
That's good stuff right there. Setter of the year announced yesterday. I always pick teams. You were an easy pick. I'm going to talk to a few other setters here probably before I go to bed, but to be honest, it was a runaway in my opinion. When did you learn? Where were you when you found out?
Well, I found out in practice. We weren't really, it was the day before it came out, and I was just ecstatic, because all the hard work, and especially all the hard work our team has put in, and then we all, and especially with Kate, her getting Libero and then me getting Setter of the Year, it's just a really big honor.
So you actually knew before it went up on the conference lists?
Yeah.
I've talked to people that didn't know, it went up on the conference list and then they found it on the web. 16-0, and one of your closest matches was in Nacogdoches, the 5-setter with Utch, which was just an amazing match. I don't want to ask you what did you learn from SFA last year, because, you're aware that SFA was 16-0 and did not win the conference tournament. But what does the team have to do, seeing that happen last year? What do you have to do to stay focused to make sure that doesn't happen this year?
Well, I just think that we have to think of this as a new season. We have to reset. We're 0-0. Going in 16-0 doesn't matter at this point. It's not really going to get us anywhere. So we just have to reset and then, go in one match at a time, and, it's basically a new season.
Are y'all are y'all kind of a group that at this point we're kind of in this hotel lobby? Do y'all like to pick stuff to do to sort of have diversions? Like, did you go do something during the day today? I saw before I drove here that Sam Houston went to the zoo or something like that. Would y'all prefer just to kind of get in here and focus, or do you like to kind of have sort of outings, kind of have diversions?
Our team definitely does love to go out. We actually went to the Capitol, and we went and explored inside of there. And then we also went to a little shopping market, and some of us split off, and some of us went to the river, some of us went shopping. And, I mean, like on the court and off the court, we really do love spending time with each other.
Kristyn Nicholson, she'll be in action. First match this morning against Southeastern Louisiana. I'm going to let Kristyn kind of slide over here on the side and bring in Kate Klepetka. My goodness, where do you – I feel like you need to have a halo or something on you here. Where do I even begin? Let me ask you this. Allen High School, huge high school. In fact, those of you who don't know, Allen High School is the biggest high school in terms of enrollment in Texas. Do you know Tori Bates?
I do.
Did you play with Tori in high school?
I did. Her senior year and my junior year, I did play with Tori, yes.
So, what do you think it was about a big high school? I know club is the breeding ground, but being at that big of a high school, was that big of a place in a way sort of preparation for college?
Definitely. It wasn't you have your people that you stay to just like you are in college. It is different because Allen's known for their football, and I like to think that like since we don't have a football team that we're a volleyball school, and I like that because coming from that huge high school, like now the light's on us, and I really like that.
When you guys came to Nacogdoches and I talked to Coach Greystone, last year there were several of your teammates as well as yourself that went through Libero. Shayla played a little bit there. Haley played a little bit there. And when I talked to Tony when you guys were in NAC, he said you came in at the beginning of the year and just rocked it right from the beginning. And I saw the minute he said that, I thought Jill Ivey, who left us last year, that was the exact transition that Jill made from freshman to sophomore. What was it? What was the big jump in your mind that went from ending the year at Libero but coming in and just taking this position by storm?
I like to think that I really built off of last year, knowing that I built up my confidence now that I knew that I could do it. And this year just going in knowing that and just owning it and doing what I do best.
Second in the nation in NCAA D1 digs, 6.10 coming into this. The other girl who is ahead of you is way up in North Dakota somewhere. So we can basically say, in the nether regions of North Dakota, there's somebody that's got more digs than this girl, but that's about it. The girl who's third's over at SMU. I actually got a chance to see Morgan Neese play once. But what, did you check on that? Are you a stat watcher? Did you look at all that stuff?
I am a huge stat person. If I could look at my stats after every set, I would. I got cut off from that real fast. And because I just like to know, gauge each set. If I'm not dinging as many balls as I want to, I know I got to turn up a notch. And if I'm digging balls a lot, I just got to keep doing that. I just like to gauge it. And I do keep a really close eye on stats as much.
So awesome. That is so awesome. Last week I talked to Jenny Lurch at Abilene Christian, and at one point I said, "You're third in the conference in kills," and she said, "I am?" I mean, she had no idea. Our liberos like you. OJ keeps up. In fact, I'll admit this, and I love OJ to death. When y'all beat us in NAC, way after the match, after y'all left, OJ came up to me and she said, "I had a few more digs than Kate, didn't I?" So she's like you. She knows. We talked about with Kristyn, setter of the year, and she mentioned libero of the year, coach of the year. What does it mean to you personally to have that accolade and to know that you've got a lot of other first-teamers, Brittany Gilpin, first-teamer. What's that like to feel surrounded by all that accolade?
It's great. I just like to help out my team as much as I can, and if it's getting Libero of the Year and Setter of the Year and our other first-teamers, it's it's just great. Like, I wish we could nominate more people, and because I think our whole team honestly deserves a lot, and I'm just so proud of us this year.
I think that after you kind of got settled in at Libero, that this team from afar looked like all the pieces kind of started to fit. You know, I think that, and I'm as guilty as this as anybody, seeing a big player like Brink leave last year, ask myself, can Corpus keep up? But after you stepped in, it seemed like some of the other role players on the team just found their niche. Talk about some of the maybe unheralded players on the team. Tell me who 2 or 3 of the girls are that y'all know are like key, but maybe aren't the names we've mentioned here today.
Definitely Morgan Carlson. She is the heart and soul. She says funny comments whenever you need to break the tension. She puts down balls you need her to. She blocks the balls, and I really would like to see her get a lot more recognition than she does, because she's just an awesome person and an awesome volleyball player all the way around.
She had, if I remember right, she had like a slow-mo vid that y'all put up yesterday in practice, right? That was Carlson. Last, Kate, Gilpin, Dowd, McGarva, Nicholson, yourself. That's your sophomore class. And you mentioned Carlson, who's a junior. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves because this is about 3 days. Are we building a little bit something here? Have we got Islander Dynasty coming the next 3 years here?
It is awesome that we have such an outstanding sophomore class, and it's really nice because we're really close together, and like, these are my best friends, and all I want to do is support them, and they support me, and it's just like a great balance all the way around.
Coming in this year, you know, Lumberjack fans, you heard me say it. You know, I thought we had as good a shot as Libero of the year as anything, but you know, I made a big deal last year when the conference had a top 5 dig per set leader in the NCAAs that got ignored. You cannot ignore Kate Klepetka, second in the nation in digs per set. Kristyn and Kate, thanks for being willing to sit and chat, and good luck tomorrow morning. I'll see you in the gym.
Thank you so much.